and they know I keep the strap loaded up on me. Don't you try to run up on me. I will be leaving you lonely. They know I keep the strap loaded up on me. Don't you try to run up on me. I will be leaving you lonely. They know. Why do you flex all up on me? Got me just thinking you phony. Even if you was my homie, I know you will learn less in this game if you don't change your lane and your feelings remain. And they just say the same stuff. Your opposition to the rain. Follow my leader, fall back. Follow my leader, now share all the stacks. Disrespect me and I take it all back. Disrespect me and you lie on your face or your back. Don't envy me cause I'm slinging more sacks. Fuck jealousy, there's no need for all that. Fuck adultery, my bitch always come back. Fuck all your thoughts, you don't even know that. I know I keep the strap loaded up on me. Don't you try to run up on me. I will be leaving you lonely. They know I keep the strap loaded up on me. Don't you try to run up on me. I will be leaving you lonely. They know.
Alright, so 3, 2, 1, and we're live.
And we're live.
Lucid returns to the podcast.
Back on the Stillwaggon Symposium.
That's right. What's going on, man? Been a minute. What have you been up to?
Dude, it has been a minute since last time I was here with Joe, a bearded legend. And we had the Grimfest in LA.
That's right.
Which was pretty fucking awesome, dude. Like, really dope. Super sweet show out in LA. I was glad I got to see everybody out there.
You were on tour also, right?
Yeah. After that, like, not even a few weeks after that, I did a little tour in the Midwest, 4 cities.
Okay.
In Houston, Houston, Texas. Well, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Illinois.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was cool. That was one of the coolest experiences so far, actually, of my career. And, like, I've done a lot of really cool things already. Like, I've played in different parts of the world and stuff like that. But, like, that was cool because I connected with a lot of, like, fans that I had on my Facebook for a long time that all live out in the Midwest. And, like, that was, like, the coolest part of it because, like, I got just to meet them in person and be like, oh, shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's up, dude? And, like, them jamming out at my show. Like,
that's huge.
It's cool, man. It's really cool.
And the fact that they don't have the access to get out here to see you if you are performing out here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, the fact that I was gifted that opportunity to do that was pretty freaking awesome, dude. And that's shout out to my boy Heathen, Dead Boy Management, Jesse, for putting all that together, putting the tour together for all of us.
That's Jesse's been promoting you quite a bit. He was the
Jesse,
one, right? Jesse Taylor or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
Me and Jesse have been working for like almost like a year now. Like just like going back and forth, and then he started really promoting me like around like 6 months ago, right before I took my hiatus.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, we've been working about like a year now, and Jesse's one of the best people I've ever met. Like, just like, it was so great when I finally met him, like, because we have been going back and forth for so long. I was like, dude, like, you don't know how much I appreciate you, bro. Like, meeting him in person and like putting together. It's so funny how much love you get off like the internet of people that you never met in person before. You know what I'm saying? But like, they will go farther for you than people that are standing right next to you.
Exactly.
It's kind of crazy. I don't know if it's. I mean, obviously it's a good thing. It was a great thing for me. But like, in the grand scheme of things, it makes me think about shit sometimes. I'm like, how the hell are people over there like going harder for me than people standing right next to me sometimes? And that shit like blows my mind. But it is what it is.
That reminds me of that video you have from the Czech Republic.
Yes.
Like, those guys were raging over there at that
dude.
show that you performed, and it looked sick too. I mean, you had some great footage. You did
That was the time of my life.
silver and gold video there,
Yes,
which
yeah.
was really cool.
Yes.
And yeah, I mean, the fact that you have that many fans that were singing along to your songs that far away from home is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, that must say something about you that, you know.
That was the craziest experience of my life, dude. That gave me a whole new definition on what music meant to me as an artist and like as my career, you know. It gave a new profound meaning, honestly, because like, you know, I'm not a huge level artist yet, but like I have my own following. I'm in the underground. I've been doing it for years, you know. A lot of the bigger heads respect me. They know who I am and stuff, and like it's just like it's crazy that like the appreciation is somewhere else in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like it's not closer to home sometimes. Like I had to go to the Midwest and stuff like that, which is cool, like because that's still close, like super close to home. But in your own places, like your home places, like Florida or like in New York, like I don't have that kind of momentum. You know what I'm saying? My reach goes out farther, you know, and that's like for a long time it kind of bothered me because I didn't understand it, you know. And then when I'd go to these places and people are acting that way, it's like, whoa, like I didn't even know people liked my music like this, you know what I'm saying? Like you see it on the internet, you see views, you know what I'm saying? You see all that stuff, but it's not really tangible like material, like in the sense of the word. And when someone comes up to me and like hugs me and is like sweating because they're fucking moshing in my mosh pit, you know what I'm saying? And like they're like, dude, how come you didn't play this song? And I'm halfway across the world, you know, that's crazy.
That's huge.
You know, those are things that were redefining for me with music, you know. And I appreciate them so much, and I can't wait to do them more in my life because I know I'm going to, you know, I'm just at the embryonic period, I believe, of where my career is at, you know. And
yeah, I mean,
there's so much more ahead of me.
There's always room to build, and I mean, for you,
for sure,
for all of the music that you've been releasing, you know, recently, and I mean all together, but more so recently, you know, I see some of the people commenting on like the 2 videos that you just put out in the past week.
Yeah,
such great responses to that.
Yes,
I didn't see any
incredible responses,
negativity at all. People were so receptive to it, and we're so happy that you're releasing new songs, putting out videos to go along with it, and I mean, like keeping people on their toes for what to expect.
I mean, you got something coming too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
So. We recently were shooting something, and I'm definitely excited to, you know, put that out. We're still working on it a little bit, but
for sure.
Man, I mean, just, you know, some of the stuff that I've been exposed to, it starts getting me thinking, and what I can, you know, give back to that in what I see in my own mind through your music.
Exactly.
And,
yes.
I think it's cool to kind of, you know, collab with you and say, this is what I see. You want to try this out?
Of course. No, your ideas are awesome, man. Like I appreciate them, you know. I appreciate when somebody like really like goes in depth with my music and like can see it from my perspective and like try to work with me on it to make something better out of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you do.
Well, and beyond that too, I just think it's pretty amazing that, you know, because every single person is different, they analyze your songs in their own specific way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And they have their own, like, if there's no music video that goes along with it, they kind of, I don't know if everyone does, but like for me, I had my own
you did.
music video going on in my head before we even shot anything, and it's just like,
that's what I'm saying.
That's just what I saw when I listened to that song.
That's so dope though. Like,
well, I think it says something about your music though, because you're able to paint a picture through, you know, through a 2-minute, 3-minute
that's
song.
Cool.
You know
I appreciate
what I mean?
that, man.
And
that's a good way to put it.
I'm sure I'm not the only one who is, you know, feeling that way. You have a specific style with your videos too, so that it makes it that much, you know, easier to picture what I'm thinking it might look like,
to visualize it. Yeah,
but
that's fucking awesome.
You've also been moving back and forth between Florida.
Yeah.
I know
Florida.
There was a little bit.
You got it.
I had to say it the wrong way.
Everybody, you could say it. Florida, however you want to say it. Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Well, for me, like being from New York,
I just think it's funny.
I've had multiple friends that have moved down to Florida.
Yeah.
And they speak like me when they leave, and then they come back, and they're like hardcore scene kind of dudes, and they all have like the deep voice, and they all say Florida.
Yeah.
And my one boy Phil, when he moved back from Florida, like not a couple years ago, but like when he did move back, maybe in like 10th grade.
Yeah.
So that's like 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
He had like a completely different like way about him.
Yeah.
And like he just always would bust my balls on how like I would pronounce that and be like, bro, why do you say it like that?
Yeah,
like,
it's just Florida.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't. That's what I learned, you know.
Yeah.
But so you've been going back and forth between Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I've lived in Florida since I moved down to Florida when I was 16, and I moved out to California around like 5 years ago. But I had did like a rent to own type place in Florida, a townhouse. So I own a place there, and I pretty much like had too much space, and I had some of my best friends move in upstairs, and they cover like my mortgage there, and that made me able to be moving around to go to a different state and go back and forth, because like I decided to go to California for a while, and I went out there. Same reasons why I'm here in New York, for my music and for other things that I'm interested in, the marijuana and all that other stuff. But I ended up moving from LA back to Florida, and then like about 4 or 5 months ago I decided to come up to New York, because New York is like, I liked LA, like it's a cool place, but it wasn't for me, you know, it just wasn't my vibe. But it's a great city, and there's so much stuff to do there, and like I really appreciate my experience and my California time of my life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now I'm back in where I grew up, which is here, New York, and I haven't never been happier, honestly, dude. I'm so excited every day I'm here. Like, I go back to Florida on the 17th, but, you know, I'll stay down there for a few weeks and then come back up here again. But, like, I love the lifestyle that I can have both, you know what I'm saying? It's very influential on my music, like, the most influential on my music. I don't think people understand how much, like, traveling really inspires music, like, and the reason why I have so much music is because I'm always on the move, you know, and I'm always experiencing different things and different people and places, and you know, I think that's very key as an artist, and I'm just blessed and grateful to have that kind of lifestyle, you know.
Yeah. When you go to Florida, it kind of just reminds me of, like, I can't even pronounce it. So
No, you're right.
Now I'm gonna be like,
no, I wasn't even laughing about that.
Overdoing.
I was laughing about my Florida lifestyle, like how different it is from. It's crazy how different it is, like from being in New York for 2 weeks and then being like here and like, and then you're down there in Florida and it's like raining, sunshine, no one's moving fast. I'm with my dog. We're just laying around, type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's very slow pace, you know. But you go to the beach, you know, things like that. Like, it's cool, man. Like, it's cool. It's a good. You need it. Like, as a human being, you need like nature and like you need that stuff. And I think that Florida is like that side of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love those things there. I'll go to the springs. I'll go to the beach. I'll just be at the pool. Like, just always outside. And it's like a different inspiration. And when I'm here, I feel like I'm always on the grind. I'm working. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got that slower pace in Florida and I feel like Florida is really more your like music kind of development area. I mean, I don't want to say that specifically because I'm sure you do some.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. It's me traveling and then going back to Florida and making the music there. It's the most comfortable spot for me. But like, I have made when I lived in California, I made a lot of music when I was out there. It was no difference. Like, I just got all my studio stuff set up here in Brooklyn, so like I'm gonna be doing it here as well, because like my whole plan was to make music here this year. Like, my plan is to be cold as hell out with the snow on the trees, and I'm on my patio, and like the speakers are bumping inside, and I'm writing a song. You know what I'm saying? Like, smoking a nice blunt or whatever we're doing. Like, that's like my vision for this winter in New York. You know what I'm saying? That's so New York. It's ridiculous. Super New York.
I'm not looking forward to the snow or anything. But
I'm not either, but like I am a little bit, because I haven't experienced it in years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I come here when it's cold, but I only stay for like I used to only stay for like 3 or 4 days. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna be living in it, and like it's different. You know, I need that difference. You know, it's gonna add a whole new element to like life and music and stuff.
Of course. So overall, you would say though, like your feeling on New York is what you like it.
I love New York. Man.
Okay.
I love New York. New York is the greatest city in the world, man. Like I haven't been around the whole world, but I feel like I've been a lot of places already, and I've been to a lot of huge cities, like you know, like around the world, and like nothing's like New York, dude.
Of course.
Nothing is like New York. New York is the place to be, in my opinion, and I would love to stay here, like into the future, you know, like later, like in life, always have New York as like my main base, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for me, I'm not in music, but for my own
It
sake,
doesn't have to be music. New York has everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
like
I'll
it's
be
like
in New York no matter what, just because it's got what I'm here for, which is TV.
exactly
And I mean everything else. You know, we got everything here. Yes,
all
it's
entertainment.
It's really fast paced, but that's just something that you get used to
It's
after
the
a while.
best, dude.
You know,
You have to have that,
yeah,
especially
no.
at our ages. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, when
absolutely.
you're a younger person, you want to be in that. Like
I can't say that I've never been to Florida, so I don't really know.
you got to go to Florida though. Florida's
Yeah.
a great place.
That
It's
is
an awesome place.
It's a plan, you know. I mean, and I know a lot of people that, you know, bust on Florida.
Yeah, I
go
mean-
on vacation, leave on probation, or whatever they say.
That's fucked up.
But
I mean, it's a vibe, Florida.
yeah,
That's all I can say. Same as the city is a vibe. Every day is like New York is a vibe. I mean, Florida is a vibe as well.
I've told you this in the past, but I feel like since I've seen all your music videos now, since the last time that you were on here.
Yeah, yeah.
It feels like your videos kind of like take you like through a story of like where you're at in each given
At that
time.
point in my life,
Like you
yeah.
have the East Pico one,
Yeah.
which is out in Cali,
California, yeah.
and it's like so Cali, and you get the Cali vibes, and
Yeah.
like I think you mentioned to me the other day, you're like, yeah, I look so much younger in that, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, I mean, you just get like all right, so he was at this stage of his life at this point in time,
Yes.
and like now what we were talking about the other day when we were shooting whatever we were shooting. You were saying about how like, all right, now it's like the New York stage.
It is the New York stage of my
rolling
life,
out, and
yeah.
I'm excited for that because I'm a Lucid fan. And,
Hell yeah. I
you know,
appreciate you,
I
bro,
know
for real.
Other Lucid fans are definitely like, you know,
Gonna wanna see that,
waiting
yeah.
for that New York, you know, esque
Hell yeah.
lifestyle to be released through music videos. You
Yes. And just through the music in general. Like the music I'm gonna be creating here is gonna be like the next level of Lucid, you know?
know. Yeah, no, of course.
It already is. The music I've been writing here. That's the reason I moved here. Really, is to write new music. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I said, like that vibe I was talking about with the snow and stuff. But like even before that, I moved here like 4 or 5 months ago, and I'm here working on some new rock stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Which is awesome. It's
And,
it's definitely
I've grown so much, dude, in the past 5 months just working on that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
As a musician, it's crazy.
that really like defines your no genre label also.
Yes.
Because when you first told me about it, I just thought it was a cool name, but the more I thought about it, I was like, oh yeah, you know what, he really doesn't have a genre because he was rapping.
Yeah.
I mean, he makes the beats for the raps or whatever, but then he also plays guitar and like sings and screams and it all sounds really good because
Thanks.
the combination of, you know, it all being put together in a specific way, like a puzzle.
Yes.
It ends up coming out really good. You know, I mean, like,
Hell yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of, you know, screamo and all
Yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
but the way that you go about doing it with you mentioned it the other day when we were talking. You said something like pop slash.
Yeah. It's
I
like,
don't want to say pop, but like
it's like
you have the singing, but you also have the screaming.
Yeah, it's like a melodic pop, like happy hardcore, I guess, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just
How did people react when you started like rolling out that type of genre versus like your, you know?
well, the
rap?
thing was like, my kind of approach to music when I started was weird because I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I just know I wanted to be no genre, but like my whole thing was okay, no genre, but I'm coming from a metal perspective. I'm coming from playing guitar in bands, and then I became Lucid, and I was like, Lucid is a frontman, rapper. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try rap. That's why I came with the no genre, because like, yeah, I play guitar already, so no genre. I'll try to rap. So I came out that way, and like I focused so much time and energy into becoming good at rapping, like, which is great, you know, I'm glad I did, but like it kind of overshadowed the no genre-ness. It just made it like, oh, Lucid is a rapper. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I hit the ground running as Lucid as a rapper, and Trap Jesus and all that stuff, and making songs like When I'm Smoking and all that stuff. And it got to a point where when we did When I'm Smoking, I was like, yo, there's gotta be where I can incorporate like my guitar playing and metal like into this shit. Like, and like at the time there was people coming out with music which it was like heavy hip hop beats, like blown out speakers with like screaming in it. And like I thought that was cool, but I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to go what everybody else was doing. And I was like, well, what if I just go back to making metal music and like heavy rock music or whatever it is. It's just metal music. It's got singing and screaming, you know, heavy rock. But like an album of it by myself, you know, without like, because I thought a lot of like, not to be biased, but I thought a lot of like people screaming over like really blown out bass like rap beats was like cheating. I was like, anyone could just scream over a rap beat. Like I was like, I gotta make an actual song and scream over it. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that'll set me apart and label me as something that's no genre. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I wrote a fucking album by myself, pretty much 5 songs, like guitar, drums, bass, you know, all that shit. Went to the studio and did the vocals and the singing and the screaming and recorded it. And I dropped that shit. And like the initial response was very weird because like a lot of the people that listened to me were all for the rap shit. So they're like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. You know, a lot of comments were like, I like this is cool, but like I like the Trap Jesus stuff more. Like it's cool that you're diverse, but this. Yeah. But that, but this. So
give us what we want. Go back to the rap.
So, you know, and I made a statement about it when I first dropped like the metal shit. When I first came out with the metal shit, I was like, listen, like it was bugging me. The reason I came out with the metal stuff is because it was bugging me. It was like, yo, like everyone knows I'm a rapper now, but no one knows I play guitar phenomenally. You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up. Yeah. In my own head, I was like, that's not cool. I was like, that's what got you in this shit, and no one knows you do that. Everyone just thinks you are like a rapper, which is cool. Like being a rapper is awesome, but like you got all this other shit going on. Like how do you display it to these people? Yeah. And then how do you make them understand that it's all pieces of you, and at the end of the day, it's all Lucid. You know what I'm saying? Like when you hear my metal and you hear my rap, you still can distinguish that they're both me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Which is cool.
Yes.
I mean, because you have that very specific voice, and it appeals to a lot of people because it's a unique type of voice. You know, it's like a deep voice, but you have a little, I feel like harmony in just the voice itself, you know?
Hell
like
yeah.
You're like at 2 pitches at the same time.
Yeah, we talked about that where I'm trying to sound like a saber.
Well, you told me how that shit works, but like now I've noticed that it seems like even when you're talking, it's kind of like that too.
Hell yeah.
But I was going to say something else. I can't fucking remember what I was going to say.
We were talking about the response, like the fan response or whatever to the metal shit.
Right.
But yeah, like I just needed to, I announced, I was like, hey, like, this is for everybody. I was like, you know, I've been a guitarist my whole life, you know, and like most of y'all don't even know I play guitar. Yeah. And like that deeply saddens me. That's what I said to all my fans, you know, so I was like, I'm going to start incorporating more guitar like into Lucid, you know what I'm saying? Besides just making a whole metal album, like the new rap stuff, everything, the R&B, the singing, whatever, is all gonna have guitar in it, you know? Yeah. And that started a journey for me, honestly, musically. I'm so glad I made the metal album, because if I didn't make the metal album, I feel like
you'd be in the same chapter. Now you've started almost like a new chapter.
I created a new sound of Lucid. Yeah. Like, I didn't do the singing and guitar stuff, like, before I did the metal stuff. Like, I was just doing the rapping, and then I decided to do the metal, and then I was like, damn, I can make beats out of these guitar riffs that I have, and I could sing, and like, people were like, hey, you got a good voice for singing, you should start singing more. And I started making that whole Snake Eyes album. Yeah. Like, that was like a whole new side of Lucid that has like, and which I believe is like my
best work,
my best work, but also what sets me apart from everybody. Yeah. Like, in this music shit right now, I think like that Snake Eyes sound like is very Lucid. Like, it's just like, oh, this sounds like Lucid. Absolutely. Like, I feel like if anybody makes stuff that's gonna be similar, like people are in the future, people are like, yo, this sounds like Lucid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
no, totally.
so-
It's funny because when I first got into your music, I was only into the rap stuff. I didn't give the metal stuff a chance.
Yeah.
And then we were hanging out and you played Faded Interest for me. And that ended up being my favorite song of yours. I mean, like...
Hell yeah. That's so dope, you know?
I told you, it sounded... It gave me, like, A Day to Remember type
Yes.
feeling when
Yes.
I heard it. And I was just like, this is amazing that this
Hell
is
yeah.
only you. I mean, like... And then you were playing guitar in the video, or you had a guitar or something.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I mentioned, I asked you, like, oh, wow, so who did the guitar part? And you're like, bro, me. Like, I did that. Like, I didn't just do the screaming. And I was like, oh, so you actually made all of this.
Yes.
And-
Everything.
Yeah, I mean, I was just kind of taken back because to go from just making beats with, like, a rap over to that was just really impressive. You know,
Thanks,
I mean, two
man.
completely different styles, and they both hit, you know, in their respective way.
Hell yeah. I appreciate that a lot. And that's like, you know, the thing about that is like, I don't even know what to say sometimes when you say things like, or even when people like compliment me like that, it's just like, I'm like, thank you. And I'm like, it's just like mad years of practice, bro. Like,
Yeah.
like, and I don't even think I'm where I want to be yet, you know what I'm saying? But it's like mad years of just practicing being a musician, like anything, like singing, screaming, playing guitar, rapping. Like, music is music, man. That's how I look at music. And like, I think music would be in a different state right now if like everybody looked at music that way instead of being very tunnel visioned on like being one thing. And I think, but it's great, like, it's because people want to be the best rapper they can be or the best guitar player they can be, and that's, I kudos to you guys for all that, you know. But like, you could be multifaceted and still be fucking awesome at all of them.
Yeah,
You might not
absolutely.
be the best one in all of them, but I'd rather be somebody that's could jam with the guy who shreds guitar,
Yeah, exactly.
keep up with him, that could hang out with the kids who are screaming their head off, that could fucking play guitar with this guy, that could fucking rap with these dudes over here, you know. I might not be the best one in the group, but I could keep up with every single one of y'all, and I can actually might stand out because I'm myself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's like my aim in music and like what to do musically, you know what I'm saying?
Of course. How like when you're sitting down like to start new music to write, like does it come to you before you're gonna start and then you're like, all right, I should make some time to do this, or
It
do you, like,
depends.
allot time and then when you're sitting there like, oh, I should fuck around and try this?
It depends. It's like,
A little bit of both.
yeah, it's like there will be times where I hear a whole friggin' song in my head, and I don't even know how that makes sense because I don't hear a whole song in my head, but I hear an idea of what the song would be like. I know people that literally sit next to me and they're like, yo, I hear this whole song in my head, and they'll like have everything, the guitar, the drums, the bass. I'm like,
Well,
holy
yeah.
crap, dude. And you're like, how the hell do you do that? But like, I kind of have that. It's like I'll have a guitar riff, you know, that's like bam, ba bam, ba bam, ba bam, ba bam, bam, and then I'll be like, okay, and I'm sitting there layering that, and then the drums are like ba ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da, you know, and like that's how I place together a song.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Once you lay that stuff down.
Yes. Or it depends on the genre of music as well too. You know, it's like hip hop. Hip hop is where is a whole song in my head. Like, so like if I have a loop, like a guitar riff or just any kind of loop that I wrote, I already have the hook going on in my head behind that before, and the beat and everything. Like, it's already there.
Okay.
That's what's different about hip hop for me. Like the rock stuff I have to more figure out, but hip hop, like when it comes to making it from scratch, is kind of like all there. And that's why I think like the people who produce their own shit are like the best.
Absolutely.
Like not that they're the best, it's just you're not the best, it's just you made that beat. So like you know what's going to sound best on that. I feel like
Yeah, of
personally,
course.
you know. But like as opposed to like getting a beat from somebody and doing a rap over it, which I do all the time still. I still do that all the time. But it's just a different vibe. And that's easy. Like when that happens, writing for that is just like I just come up with melodies. I'm kind of like I know there's artists that do this, but like when I rap, I'll hear a beat, and then I'll just be like, I won't say actual words. I'll just be like, you know, like like a rhythm or a melody like in my head
to see
and
if
then,
something will fit on top of it.
Yeah, and then grab my phone and start piecing together lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so the lyrics really come last, obviously,
Yes.
because you need something to put the lyrics over.
But it does affect the mood. Like the mood, however this music makes me feel, the sound makes me feel, will affect the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, no, that makes
obviously, like if it sounds sad, I might write some sad stuff. Like, but like, I don't know. It just depends on the vibe.
Do you ever see some shit go down, like when you're out in public somewhere, and be like, I need to
Put that in a song?
put that, into
Yes.
lyrics or whatever?
Yeah. I mean, definitely. Like, it's weird. I was talking to some of my homies about like, cause that's why I love rap and like, our hip hop. I don't even know what to call it nowadays. It's all the same thing, but it's like, it's such a storytelling genre of music. You know what I'm saying? So are other genres of music, but like rap more so than any of them. You know, and I was talking to some of my friends that like are I think are better storyteller rappers than I am. I don't think I'm a good storyteller rapper, even though some people will tell me like, yo, that part in your song, this and that, like, was that for real? And I'm like, yeah, but like the way people tell the story is about how it's done, you know, and which I think is cool. And I don't think I'm like the best at that.
Yeah.
But like I was telling my friends, I'm like, I'm more of like a face rapper. Like I'm more of like, there's an iPhone in front of my face. I'm gonna rap about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's like my lyricism. I'm very real. I never talk about things that I don't know about or don't see. It's got to be face value. You know what I'm saying? And that's like the stuff that I spit. And that's why sometimes I'm such a critic of my own music. I'll be like, damn, I'm saying the same shit over and over again. It's like, you know, it's like money, bitches, weed, this, that. It's like, but like, you're seeing that in front of your face all the time. You know what I'm saying? So what are you supposed to tell, you know, like.
But it's funny though, I feel like your creativeness with some of your lyrics, and then like not only the lyrics but like things that are associated with your videos and your songs. I mean, like the snake eye guns.
Yeah.
The Glockaroni.
Hell yeah.
The amount of people that I saw commenting on YouTube saying like, this dude's out here stirring a pot of sauce with a gun.
Yeah, with the gun.
And I was just like, yeah, I mean, like, that is really funny. I didn't pick up on that right away. I mean, like, the song itself was very well put together, but also, a funny song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Because when you're hearing, you're like, Glockaroni. Like, what the hell is a Glockaroni?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was just...
But, like, that says something about you and the fact that you're able to, like, not only focus on a topic, but, like, put a spin on it and
make it my own.
Yeah, well,
You
make
know
it your
what I'm
own, but it's also like something that gets people's attention. You know, you could make it your own and it could suck. You know, it could just be like, all right, well, that's cool that he made it like that.
It's
but
funny that you said that about Glockaroni, because like when I first did Glockaroni, that's kind of how I felt about it. I was like, damn. I was like, how the hell did I make something that was relative to other people?
Yeah.
But like still me, but would get everybody attracted to it. You know, I was like, damn, I really hit the nail on the head with that one. But that's like, that doesn't happen all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was creative. That was like one of my most creative things, I think.
Well, and not only that, like obviously there's a lot of marijuana smoking within the videos.
I'm a huge advocate of weed. Dude.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think that it is definitely something that is on the same par as medicine when it comes to, you know,
100%.
helping people.
Oh, yeah.
And it is definitely ridiculous at this point in time that it is still under restrictions and whatever.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Federal government.
You and I.
Most states.
You and I were talking a couple months ago, about how like dispensary, once things get legalized.
Yes.
It's great for access, but beyond that, everything else sucks. Like the prices are ridiculous. And so it's people are pushing for it, but it's not all.
It's not all gravy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes for everything, you know, like you gotta look at it. There's consequences for certain things. Like you want it to be accessible right at your hand whenever you want it, like at the corner of your block. So, you know, you're gonna have to pay for it. You know, you're gonna have to pay those taxes and all of those prices for it, you know?
Yeah.
But
it's funny though, because you see more and more people are popping up with medical cards and not only that, people are making the trips out to Massachusetts, you know, like it's nobody's business.
That's what
just
I'm saying.
To make things happen, just because, you know, New York, it's probably one of the toughest states when it comes to, you know, the restrictions and the legalization. I know that. Yeah, things have been going in a
better direction. Yeah, they decriminalized marijuana here.
But for the most part, you know, it's still. They say that if you're out on the street and you get caught with it, it's nothing at this point in time.
Yeah.
Or it's a citation or whatever.
Yeah, they say you could get a ticket possibly. I don't even think they'll do that. They'll just tell you to put it out.
Yeah, I being
put
from,
it out.
Yeah, I know.
Like cop, put it out.
Being from New York is just like you always have that sense of paranoia and.
Oh, of course, yeah, dude. All my friends up here are super paranoid, bro, all the time.
You know what's funny?
I'm just like, relax. We're in a giant city filled with people. Everything's gonna be all right.
Me and my buddy were on a road trip out to Cali in 2015, and we were driving through like the Badlands of fucking
Texas,
Utah, or whatever it is.
Okay.
You know, like with the boulders and shit.
Oh yeah, Red Rocks and stuff.
Yeah. So we're like on this like windy like highway where there's like no one else around, and this silver Impala comes flying up behind us, and I'm not driving. My buddy Jeremy's driving. And we had literally just sparked a joint.
Oh,
and
God. It was a cop.
No. He before I could say anything, he just assumed it was a cop and threw it out the window, the entire thing. And then the people pass us, and it's like these two people, this couple that's probably like 90 years old, and they waved at us too. I was like, no.
Just wasted the whole joint.
But yeah, that just goes to show you, like, you know, being from New York, you just always have that paranoia.
Of course.
Even when they tell you, you know, things are getting better.
Yeah.
You're kind of, you know.
Yeah, I feel it. It's funny, man. Like, I've watched the laws change, though. Like, I mean, we all have over the years. But, like...
I know Florida's been...
I cannot believe how Florida is right now.
One of the strictest of...
I'm not anymore.
No, it's not.
No, they're like... weed's medically legal. There's dispensaries on every friggin' corner. I'm just like... Okay, I moved to California because I left Florida because, like, weed was illegal and scary to have there. You know, so I was like, I'm just going to go somewhere where it's okay. And now I come back and it's, like, all nonchalant.
They're, like, giving classes down there?
Yeah, they got... I just went, actually, to the Sativa University. Shout out to Sativa University.
This is your camera right here, by the way.
Oh, it's my camera? Okay,
that's
shout
like
out
the two-shot.
Sativa University. #1 in the cannabis industry for teaching, actually, about the cannabis industry.
And what was that all about?
Dude, it was such a great experience. It's literally like a school that like just gives you like certifications in the cannabis industry for like growing or making oils or becoming a bud tender, things like that.
That's like a whole new era. You know, you would.
Oh yeah.
If you would have asked me if something like that would have been in existence like 10 years ago,
no,
my mind would have been blown.
I mean, the only place where it would have been in existence 10 years ago is Cali. That's
yeah.
it, you know, and then next was Colorado, but like, I don't know, man.
Those two states have had those vibes though for a long
while,
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well before that it was legal out there.
Yeah, they have, but like, it's just so crazy how the places where I grew up are so nonchalant about it now. It's like I remember being like persecuted for it, and now I have a medical marijuana card in the state of Florida. I could drive around in my car with weed and like not get pulled over and not get arrested.
Yeah.
How? What?
Yeah, that
2 years ago, that would have not happened.
Yeah.
2 years ago, maybe a year ago, I would say. I don't even know, but still, like, that's crazy. It's cool. Like, I appreciate it. I love it. Like, I love that I can do that now, but like, it's just it costs money. That's all it is. It's all about the money.
Of course.
They're like, get your medical card. Look at it this way. It's get your medical card so you can get your stuff from the dispensary. You pay the government, right? Right? Or you don't get your medical card. You got weed. You get pulled over. You go to jail. You pay the government anyway.
Yeah. It's a win-win for them.
Anyway, so you might as well do it the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
save yourself some trouble.
Exactly.
Yeah, and some paranoia. Yeah, so...
and some mostly paranoia, dude. Oh, mostly. Because in Florida, I'm always shitting myself. I still be shitting myself even if I have the card. I have the card, and I still be like, oh, man, I don't want to get pulled over with this weed on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bad, dude.
How do you feel about vaping and like the fact that now they're saying that a lot more people are dying. Or
I am a vapor.
Okay, what is that? A jewel?
It's a jewel.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Well, I started juuling like a few months ago. Honestly, only just to like stop smoking cigarettes.
So that's a tobacco jewel.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a tobacco jewel.
All right.
But yeah, I feel better since I stopped smoking cigarettes. I don't know, like I don't smoke this as much as I think I smoked cigarettes ever. It doesn't taste the same. It doesn't make me feel the same. Not that cigarettes really ever made me feel anyway. It was just always, I love the act of smoking, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why even I only smoke this still. But how I feel about them, I mean, I don't know. I've seen, like, I've heard about people complaining about getting sick from them and things like that. But, like, I saw those things on the internet recently where people are dying from them now or whatever. But honestly, like, my opinion on them, I mean, to each his own, man. It's the same as a cigarette, you know? It's like you're going to smoke cigarettes and you know the risk of smoking cigarettes, then in 50 years you might die from lung cancer or sooner. It depends if you smoke 3 packs a day.
Yeah.
You know, it's all to each his own. But, like, as for me, I'm doing this for now, you know? Like, I don't know when I'll stop vaping or if I will stop vaping, but I know I don't be blowing clouds and have those gigantic things. Like, I'm not one of those. I know my opinion on that type of shit is it can't be good for you, though. Like, it's the same. Like I said, it's the same with cigarettes. You know your consequences. Like, you can act like, yeah, vaping is safer for you, but, like, this just started. They don't know anything about this shit. We have to wait 20, 40 years into the future to see people start dying from vaping because, like, their lungs crystallized or something, like, from all that garbage you're shooting into them. You know, it can't be really much of a difference, you know.
It's funny, my best friend from back home, Sal, he's a huge vapor, and he'll defend vaping till he's blue in the face. I saw someone, or he posted on Facebook about the article. I think that it was New York Times or something.
Yeah.
And I wanted to read his response really quick because he was saying something about you got to get acclimated with the smoke in order to, like, not be affected by it or something like that. And I was just like, that can't be right. Like,
I just
so
yeah,
it's
read it.
It's the girl that's laying in the hospital bed, and it says, "I want to start a no vaping campaign," and then someone put the same exact picture next to her, like, with her holding up the sign, but they photoshopped what the sign said. I'm just turning it around quick.
What does
so
it
you
say?
can take a look. But it says, "I bought an illegal THC cartridge, and instead of taking my felony possession charge,
I am an
I
anti-vapor.
am anti-vapor." And I just thought, I mean, like, obviously, he got a lot of...
That's fucked up.
Like, the responses on that, vaping is for fucking losers, sorry, bro.
I mean,
I'm not going to read some of these responses.
like, you can't even, like, it's just funny. It's like vaping is for fucking losers. It's like someone would say the same thing about cigarettes. Cigarettes are for fucking dummies, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Smoke cigarettes, like, you know, it's like, I don't know, man. These people.
Oh, I know, it's an opinion. And
Yeah.
Opinions are like assholes, and everyone's got one.
Yeah.
But my thing is, as much as I'm not for vaping, I think that in the same way that marijuana gets its, you know, negative
Stigma, yeah. Yeah.
That why are we going to make more things illegal that, you know, are only affecting the consumer themselves? Maybe it's affecting secondhand smoke, and that could be the reason. But beyond that, unless it's like like roofies or some shit like that, where it's gonna like fuck someone else up.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't understand why it's really like, let the person who's vaping experience their, you know,
Fate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's up to them. The same way that you let people buy cigarettes. Or
That's what I'm saying.
Buy alcohol. So yeah, I mean that's my take on that. But I just
The THC cartridge.
I know
that's so
I knew
funny.
that you actually had a jewel because I saw it when we were hanging out the other day.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you about that.
Of course, dude. I like my jewel.
It seems like
I like my jewel.
the vape
Shout
of
out
choice.
Jewel, guys.
I think they'll really appreciate that. Maybe we can get a Lucid sponsor,
Right?
Jewel.
Yeah, that'd be sick. You could just say Lucid right across.
Yeah, right. Get that.
That's so funny.
Get that fire.
Lucid
without
Jewel.
the fire.
Literally.
So what else we got? I made a little list. I usually don't have like an agenda of what I want to talk about.
Yeah,
but
no. It's all good. We're not supposed to, dude. We're supposed to just.
Yeah, well, I like things to be natural, but
Yeah.
there's been a lot in the news, and you've been up to a lot.
Yeah.
And I can't pronounce Florida, so I had to bring that up. But another thing I wanted to talk about was how the 1 year anniversary of Mac Miller's death just previously
Yes.
passed. And
Rest in peace, Mac Miller.
he overdosed, if I'm not mistaken, or did he commit suicide?
They said he overdosed. I don't think he committed suicide. No way. But yeah, I read the article about that, and they also released a statement where they are trying to pursue the guy who gave him the stuff.
Okay. It's supposed to be like fentanyl or something.
Fentanyl-laced drugs, something.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's fucked up, dude. Like, I read the whole thing. They found him in the fetal position, man. Like, he didn't want to die.
Yeah, no.
He did not want to die, dude. It's just horrible because he's such a talented musician, man. Like he's, guys out there, that's a real musician. Like, I'm gonna put that on the map for everyone that needs to hear that. Like, listen to Mac Miller. Like, I'll tell you my Mac Miller story of how I wasn't a huge Mac Miller fan when he first came out. Like, I heard Mac Miller through Wiz back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's, I think, how everybody heard him. You know. But over time, he grew on me. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know how talented he was until I started seeing vlogs and videos of him in the studio playing piano, fucking playing guitar, making beats, doing this. I'm like, damn, Larry Fishman over here, bro. Like, he's killing it. You know, like, Mac Miller's a beast. And I see a little bit of myself in Mac. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
And I think a lot of, like, people who, like, have talent like that do, you know, and that's why it's such a sad thing to see that guy leave because, like, he was 25. He's a few years younger than me.
Yeah.
It's because just getting to the start of his golden age, you know, like he's got so much time. He had so much time to make better music than he had already made, which is impossible because he's fucking amazing. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he
was already in the public's eye for 10 years with.
That's what I'm saying.
The amount of content that he put out, and like even like I don't want to relate you to a deceased rapper, but I definitely see a lot of your, you know, style similar to Mac Miller in the sense like you got like the smoking rapping type of style
for sure,
and it's he had the low chill slow voice in rapping. I mean, obviously
he did his singing stuff.
He did singing.
He plays music. He plays instruments.
Great
like, music
videos.
Yeah. Oh, fucking amazing music videos, dude. Wish I had a budget like him. He's crazy.
Yeah. No.
He's but you know, like he's someone that's so influential too that I've like been realizing more and more over time. It's horrible since he passed actually, but like I the other day how many kids posted about him like missing him.
Yeah.
You know, like Mac, like personally, like they were writing their statuses to him personally, like up in heaven type shit, and it was really like profound. I was like, wow. I hope, you know, he's just a role model, man. Like, he's not here anymore, and, like, you know, God bless his soul, and that's horrible, and I wish he was, but, you know, he made a real mark on the world and a mark on a lot of kids, and, like, that is my goal. He showed kids what a musician was, and, like, that's my goal at the end of the day. Like they're like, who's your target audience, you know? At the end of the day, I really hope kids see my stuff, because, like, it doesn't have to do with like the weed stuff and anything. It's the musicianship of it. I want a kid to come to my show one day and be like, damn, like I want to be as dope as Lucid is. Like, as soon as he's up there playing guitar, screaming, singing, rapping, jumping around, flipping here, like, you know, like that's what I did when I was a kid. And that's how what rock stars drew me in. You know, I was like, wow, I want to be like that one day. And like till this day I still do it. I see great artists and I'm like, damn, I gotta be as good as this motherfucker. Like, you know, like I have so many I can name off the top of my head. Like that's the whole point of music to me, man, is that influence. And like I think like music needs more of that nowadays. They need more Mac Millers. We need more Mac Millers.
Absolutely.
We need more X's, you know, like shout out X, you know, people that are disrupting the genres, people that are pursuing music as a whole, not like as, oh, I just do this. No, they're like, I'm a musician.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Open your mind.
Exactly, because that's the future of music, man. Like, technology and everything is advancing so much that, like, I haven't met one person in years that just listens to one genre of music.
No.
Not one.
Yeah.
Like, I listen to all genres of music. Yes, even country. Don't make that, you know what I'm saying? You know, yes, even it's got to be good country, of course. There's some shitty country. There's shitty of everything, you know. Like, there's good and bad in the world, but like
Old Town Road.
Nah, Old Town Road is I could never hate on Lil Nas. Like,
yeah.
I like personally, it's not my song. It doesn't fit for me. But like the fact that it is the #1 song in history.
Yeah,
all
huge.
of history, guys. You know, all of history, thousands of years has passed. This is the #1 song, Old Town Road. Never forget that. The fact that it just did that is like fucking incredible, and it should give anyone like us hope that I can make a song.
I was
like
just
that one
about
day.
to say that
You
with
know,
all
like,
the given hits that you have, if that song, and not that it's a bad song, but its premise is
it's not a bad song.
yeah, but it's a basic premise,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, you know.
take my horse to the Old
Yeah.
Town. Like with all of the creativity that you put into your music and the fact that it's out there with, you know, some rock, some screaming, and then some
different
rap.
backgrounds. Yeah,
I feel like it's bound to hit in some window where someone's gonna hear it and be like, this is the joint right here.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna, you know, surpass that friggin' record. You know what I mean?
Hell
like
yeah.
the fact that you're pumping out so many songs one after another and they're actually, you know, good content, and it's not just like pumping them out just to have songs, but it's because you're feeling it and it actually
the genuine love of the music. Man.
Yeah, well, and again, it's reciprocated well, and your fans are like, dude, this is amazing.
They notice that shit.
Yeah, like there's bound to be people that haven't heard it that obviously would enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who hears it for the first time is gonna be like, all right, you know, I like this or I don't like it. But
I've been very, very blessed and lucky to like draw people in. Like, I haven't met somebody like that like doesn't enjoy what I do, and like I'm sure there are people that don't. Like, there's haters everywhere, but like I think when people meet me and get to know me and then they see me and they hear me, they're like, damn, Lucid's fucking what he says he is. You know what I'm saying? How he portrays himself, you know, because that's what it really is. Like, at the end of the day, you know, it's crazy to me, dude. Like, I'm lucky that I get to do what I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm very lucky, and like the music speaks for itself. You know
absolutely.
Like,
yeah, I mean, again, knowing you on a personal level, it'd be one thing if you just had shitty music, but you were doing your thing. Like, I can attest that like the stuff that I hear is like, all right, I understand why he's doing what he's doing because the content is really good. You know, it's there. But yeah, there's people out there that and I'm not putting anyone down, but there's people out there that are still doing their thing and trying to figure out.
I mean, it's, you know, music is a weird thing nowadays because like music, you know, I had an old A&R from back in the day who she discovered Madonna, and I had a business meeting with her like a few years ago, and she told me, you know, that the way that the whole difference in the music industry now is just so crazy, because like she's like, Sal, we used to be able, Lucid, we used to be able to just take you and dress you up and bring you into the record label and boom, get you signed right there on the spot. You know what I'm saying? And like you just had to have like that, like a little bit of talent, look cool. But now you have to have all these different things to even get like any kind of like people looking at you to do something, you know what I'm saying? And I mean,
well, that's why I say your style of,
I'm just trying to set an example of something different, you know what I'm saying? Like I think music is in a weird phase where it's all about more about the entertainment and like how an artist looks and all the bullshit he creates around him than the music he's making.
Sure.
Or he or she is making.
Yeah.
That's what the music industry is gold towards nowadays, and like obviously I don't agree with that because I grew up on rock stars, you know. I grew up on people who were fucking stupid talented that like are and put on a show that'll make you cry, you know, and now people go see. I don't even want to. I can't like. I don't want to bring examples up. You know,
Lil
what I'm
Wayne
saying?
with Blink-182.
No, I mean that's cool because Lil Wayne is one of the best rappers that ever lived. But I'm
absolutely.
talking about like I'm gonna use for an example just because it's an example. Like, and I think they're great artists as well though. But like I'll use like a Cardi B and Amigos like for an example, right? Dope rappers. But like, what is the show when you go see them? Walk from the left to the right of the stage with hundreds of thousands of dollars of jewelry on and go. That's the show.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, I mean, that's cool, but like that's not a show in my opinion.
What do you really,
you know what I'm saying?
What
Like
are you really
when I go to a
offering?
show, I want to see like a show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to see this guy climbing the stage. He's playing this. He's doing that. He's making that. He's not just looks cool, walks to the left to the right of the stage and spits his song and says goodbye.
Yeah.
You know, that's what people. That to me, like, that's what people think a show is nowadays. And not only people, kids. Like the people who are the most influential.
Yeah.
Kids think that's a show. Kids are like, that's the epitome of a show. And then they go to a real show finally, and they see someone like who's musically talented as fuck, and they're like, what the fuck was that? That was a whole. It redefines everything for you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about how we grew up on things like that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like music has become lazy. It's become very goal orientated towards success and money and all that, which is completely cool. Like it always has been that way, and I aim for that stuff as well. But like, what is the substance to an artist?
Yeah.
What is the deepness to an artist? What is the progression? What is, when you look at Lucid, he's kind of mysterious. You don't know everything about him. You know what I'm saying? He's
100%.
not displaying everything right away. How do we dive deeper into it? What can we learn from this? You know what I'm saying? Those are the things that I try to portray because that's like what my idols portrayed. That's what the rock stars really do. You know what I'm saying?
You know what comes to mind too is that one Gunshine State music video that you have. That is one of the coolest music videos I've ever seen because
Thanks, dude.
you incorporate the live show performance into the video.
Yeah.
And also the title itself, Sunshine State.
The Gunshine State, yeah.
I know that it's Gunshine State, but I'm assuming it's
About
throwing
Florida.
it out to Florida.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So that it's like an underlying, you know, meaning to your background.
Exactly.
Because you're Florida, you know,
Hell yeah.
to some extent. I think that you were saying too on like your Instagram or your Facebook story the other day, like I'm New York, but I'm so Florida. Or I don't know.
Yeah,
what.
I was like, I love New York. I'm born and raised here. Like, I love it to death. But like, I'm Florida till death.
Yeah.
Like, I am Florida till death. But yeah, like, there's a substance and an aesthetic there. You know what I'm saying? That is unique within myself.
Yeah.
You know, and like that's what I think is what sets people apart and from other people, you know? Like, I'm so tired of seeing the same things over and over again at the forefront of the music industry. Like, I love music, dude. Like, it's my baby, bro. Like, I love music so much that I sit there all day and think about it. I critique it. I look at the people who are in the front, and, like, I don't say who's good or bad. I just say, what's the influence? Why are they doing what they're doing? You know, how is it being portrayed to the masses? You know what I'm saying? Because I plan on being one of those people one day.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I just I want to steer music in the direction of like that rock star shit again. And I don't mean the lifestyle of a rock star, like drugs and alcohol and women. I mean like influence. Like I'm a little kid staring up at that guy playing guitar, singing, rapping, screaming on stage, and I want to be like him.
Yeah.
And I want to be as good as him at the music part, not the lifestyle he lives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not the money, not any of that shit. It just makes music a better place, I think, for everybody. In the future, it will. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's funny, too, is you and I were talking maybe about a week ago, and you were kind of breaking down things that you wanted to do to make your live performances that much more special and memorable. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like as a live music lover, that is such an important element. If you're up on the stage and you're, you know, a dead fish doing nothing, that's just gonna suck.
That's what it is mostly. I mean, that's what is going on mostly nowadays. And I mean, you know,
You could be killing the music too, though, but if you're not feeling it and you're not giving some sort of energy back to the audience.
Yeah. But I also, like, look at the audience, too, and, like, like, they don't know any better. Yeah. Most of them don't know any better because, like, they haven't witnessed it yet, you know what I'm saying, or experienced it. Like, like, anybody can go out on a huge stage at Coachella and throw their song on behind them and jump around to it. And everyone's jumping around with you because they love that song because they've heard it a million times. But, like, did you really perform that song?
Yeah, exactly. No.
Or did you just play it through the speakers behind you and go, ah, 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 like, like...
Which 99% of the people there could do.
I mean, that's what most of the people do, and I'm not hating on y'all. Yeah. I'm just letting y'all know, like, there's more to music than that, you know what I'm saying? And, like, not only is that there more to music than that, what I'm saying should be in place of that shit. Like, that shit is cool, but that shouldn't be at the forefront of music. Because that's not music to me. The people who are really being performing at the forefront of music. That's where they should be at.
I like that a lot.
Like, that's what it should be like. And I will do that. I will bring that back to the music industry. I mark my words on that shit. Everybody.
Dude, that is very exciting. I mean, not only as a fan, but for, the fan base as a whole. I'm sure people are hyped to hear that shit because...
And I want to be very clear when I say that, like, there are many very talented artists out there that are like me that, like, deserve the shine and the light to be at that forefront as well. Like, I'm not the only one. I need people to know this. Like, 'cause sometimes I feel like I talk and I sound like I'm like this guy who's like this mega musician trying to change music because I'm the best musician around. And it's like, no, it's like there's so many good people like me that, like, could get together and we could really, like, change this shit, like, in the better direction, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, music is all about marketing and shit nowadays. It's run by the same group of people, like, like, we could put ourselves in the forefront of that shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we raise money and do shit the right way, like, you get signed, whatever you gotta do. But you could do it, like, it could happen, and I'm gonna be one of those people to do it because, like, I'm tired of seeing what I'm seeing. I don't want to see it anymore. Like, it's great. I love all them. I love the Cardi B's. I love the Offsets. I love fucking awesome guys. But, like, music needs to change because we're at a really weird fucking place in it right now where I don't think it has a direction, and, like, no one's stepping up to the plate to go, hey, like, I want to lead this shit into the future, like, and, like, make it real again. Besides, like, we've got to bring talent back to it, like, real legit talent back to it. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I see Fish so frequently. I mean, they've never played the same show twice.
I feel that.
Played over 2,000 shows.
You got me into Fish.
Yeah, man.
And, like, Fish is super talented, dude. Like, another thing I wanted to talk about too, because I feel like people don't say this shit, like, and I'm gonna be the guy to say it, is, like, the world's a big place, and everybody has a role in it. Not everybody is a musician. Not everybody can make music.
Absolutely.
And I don't want to crush people's dreams or, like, say, hey, like, yo, don't make music because there's too many people making music. But, like, that's essentially what I'm saying in the sense of the word that, like, yo, like, this shit is so oversaturated. Like, they released 24,000 songs a day last year on through streaming services and all that shit, and only 150 went gold and platinum. Like, my point is, like,
you're not discouraging
what do
anyone.
you make music for?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, is it for your life? Is it for your career? Or is it for you to go home after work and, like, get a little buzz and, like, have fun with your friends? You know what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, it's not serious. Don't portray yourself as an artist or becoming this artist or I'm a rapper, bro. Everybody I meet nowadays is a fucking rapper. But are you really a rapper?
Yeah.
And not only that, are you a rapper? Are you a musician? Do you play an instrument? Do you do this? Do you do that? Are you really about what you say you do? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I'm tired of that stuff. And, like, I want people to realize, like, yo, just because it looks cool doesn't mean you could do it too. or
Yeah.
like you want to do it because it looks cool. That's great. There's plenty of things that I've tried in my life that I thought I could do that I can't. The only thing I'm good at is music, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's what I pursue. And like, I've been doing it for so long now that I'm finally starting to get the kudos from it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I appreciate my life and I'm so stoked about it. But like, I don't think people realize, like, you don't just get into this shit and, oh, you're a rapper now. Like, it doesn't work that way, buddies. Like, it don't work that way. Like, it works sometimes that way for people who get extremely lucky, like Lil Pump or something like that. But like, that's a dime in a gazillion. You don't even want to use a million. Like, that's in a gazillion. So I just want to say that to everybody. Like, I just want everybody to be themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, it's cool to like something and want to do something and fuck around with it. But at the end of the day, is when it becomes your life and your lifestyle, that's a different story.
Yeah.
And like, music is my life and my lifestyle. And like, I don't respect people that make music for any other reason besides that they love it.
I like that a lot.
Like, that's my main thing. Like, if you're in this shit to make money, if you're in it to fucking get famous on Instagram or like girls on Twitter or like Snapchat, bruh, I'm gonna tell you straight up, you're a fucking idiot. And that's not why we do this.
Yeah.
You know, that's not why the real musicians make this shit. Like, at the end of the day, the real will always make it. Whether I become the biggest artist in the world or I know I'll be in the music industry for the rest of my life doing something that's a producer or whatever, because this is my life and my lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I'm doing this shit for real. And like, I just think people need to know that difference. That's all. Like, they got to understand that and like, be yourself and do what you do best. And if the music is what you do best, then you pursue the music. But like, if you're just hobbying it and calling yourself an artist and all that stuff, like, please don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're making yourself look dumb. And then, like, you make me not take you seriously, people who are serious about it.
Right.
You know?
No, I couldn't agree more. And
And that's my, if I had anything negative to say, that was it, I guess.
It's out there.
You know?
I wanted to wrap up, but before we do that, a couple other things to cover really
let's
quick.
get it.
First things first, Monday of next week, which is the 16th.
We got Bearded Legend.
We got Bearded Legend coming in. We got Lucid coming back.
I'm talking shit this time.
That's right.
You don't get to know about me anymore.
No. He's going to be asking the questions.
Hell yeah. Dope.
And then we got another special guest coming with Bearded Legend. I'll let you find that out when he comes in.
Cool.
But before we close, I just wanted to say what's going on with Lucid for the future. Anything that you can talk on very briefly?
Yeah, a lot of really. All I could say is next year in 2020 starts the change of music. That's it, from my perspective. I am going into the studio to record my first studio album, and I'm very excited because it's going to be my first no genre album.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and that's
I'm very
that's all I
excited.
could say about it right now. But it's my whole life changed a few weeks ago, and I'm very excited about it. And I can't be. I'm so blessed, and I'm very excited to work with the people I'm working with in March, and we're gonna do something different that no one's done before. So
big things ahead.
huge,
Hell yeah.
biggest.
I'm excited.
Bright
and,
future.
It's going to be a hell of a,
It's gonna be a hell of a ride. And you're gonna be there with me, bro.
I cannot wait. Ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen, Lucid Pharaoh. Lucid. I know he
Appreciate y'all.
He dropped the Pharaoh at some point.
Lucid,
so,
you can call me Lucid Pharaoh, whatever.
but
That's Lucid.
Lucid Pharaoh on
What do
Instagram.
they call Diddy? They call Diddy everything he's ever been called.
That's right.
So you can just call me whatever, as long as it starts with Lucid.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lucid.
Yo, thank you, brother. Stillwaggon Symposium, guys.
All right, y'all. We're out of here. See you Monday the 16th. Have a good night.